It's really no secret that the Matt Rhule era at Nebraska has been quite the emotional roller coaster for the Nebraska fan base, because when you look at what he's done, usually it's a strong start to the season. You go 3-4-0. You have a little optimism as a fan base. You're thinking, all right, we have momentum. This could be a different year. You get excited. Then you play a higher tier Big Ten team, Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan, one of those teams. You lose to them. And then a little bit of a collapse happens towards the latter end of the season. You lose 3-4 in a row. You're starting to look around. You're like, what just happened? The anguish, the pain, the disappointment start to kind of build up, and you're like, all right, another 6-6, another 7-6 season. That's terrible. So the question today that I'm asking, what do we expect from year 4 Matt Rhule? But before we get into the video today, if you haven't already, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. It really helps me out a lot, so appreciate you guys. College football season is almost here, so do not forget to subscribe. We're going to have Nebraska videos all year long. Really excited for this season. But getting into the video today, when you look at Matt Rhule's track record, and it was always the narrative around year 3 Matt Rhule. Year 3 Matt Rhule. Last year for Nebraska was year 3 Matt Rhule. And yes, there was the Rhule injury. There wasn't exactly, it didn't go the way that Matt Rhule wanted it to go. And lo and behold, they go 7-6. But the year 3 Matt Rhule, when he was at Temple, when he was at Baylor, when he was, with the Carolina Panthers, like, there was success shown there. And arguably, you can say there was success last year, because the year before that, first winning season since 2016. So obviously you're on a trajectory that's positive. And then last year, not as great, but still above 500. So you can see that as a win. But at Nebraska, that's not the standard that you're wanting. That's you want a bowl game, you want to beat Iowa, playoff eventually. And I think, realistically, you got to know that right now we're not a playoff team. We could reach that eventually. We're just not there yet. So I think this upcoming year, year 4, does the year 3 magic, does that sweet spot, does that show up now? Because does it take a little bit longer to develop in the Big Ten? That's the question you can ask. And remains to be seen, because this upcoming year, when you look at the trials and tribulations they're going to have to face, not an easy Big Ten schedule. Last year, they dodged the Ohio States, the Oregons, the Indianas. Now they got all 3 showing up. And I'll throw the schedule up right now. Yeah, they play Indiana. They play Oregon. They play Ohio State. A couple of those on the road. They go at Iowa. That's not going to be an easy game. And last year did not pan out well for you at home, so maybe this year you get a little revenge. And then looking at another negative here, the loss of Emmett Johnson, the running back. He was a stud for y'all. And then also the loss of Rhule, but a lot of people will argue that maybe that's a positive. And I actually will get into that too, because there is a lot of positive for this team. Improved quarterback and O-line play, allegedly. I mean, I like Calandria a little bit better than Rhule because he's a little bit more mobile. He kind of talks the talk too. He's just like, hey, we're not here to settle for 6-6. We're gonna win. We want to win. I love that from a quarterback. Feed me that, because that's infectious throughout the entire team. If he's confident, the rest of the team's confident. Another addition here that was huge is defensive coordinator Rob Orish, who was at San Diego State formerly, now at Nebraska. I've only heard positive things about this guy. I've heard this is kind of the next up-and-coming great coach to have, like might be gone from the defensive coordinator to be head coach later kind of guy. So you want to savor this guy as long as you can. Just keep him on the staff. So this is a great hire. I think it just bolsters the ceiling for this defense. But overall, this is probably the best team Matt Rhule's had since he's been there. When you look at it top to bottom, this whole roster, you're like, this is not a terrible squad. Like, we could win games with this. So expectations-wise, going back to my original question, like, what are the expectations for Matt Rhule? I think you find a little bit of that success. In the year 3 that you were supposed to find, I think you find it in year 4. I think you get that 7-8 win mark again. 8 would be huge. With a win over Iowa, that would be huge for this program. And then I think stealing one from either Ohio State, Oregon, or Indiana, or just at least being competitive in one of those games, is a step in the right direction for this program. I think if you steal one from one of those 3, then you're like, hey, this is big. We have a chance to be great here, because this season it's not a playoff for bust kind of deal. Like, you're still kind of rebuilding. You're trying to find the identity of what Nebraska football is. So I think overall, this team has potential to be good. They're definitely kind of a sleeper in the Big Ten, but I think 7-8 wins is realistic for this Nebraska team this upcoming year. But Nebraska fans, I want to know your thoughts. What would you call success for Nebraska this upcoming year, that would be pretty interesting for me. But I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, do not forget to subscribe, like the video. I'll see you guys soon.